Just wanted to talk, that's all.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Joining me today is Jonna from Babes Media. And Jonna, we were just talking about how we're just a tiny bit grumpy today. It's almost like things went poorly for the Yankees yesterday.
They went so poorly, but also the Blue Jays remind me of the Guardians a little bit in that they are so scrappy.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
freaking annoying.
Yeah. And I will say this. The Jays are a good team. Like we shouldn't be surprised if they win this series. Like it's possible. But I still think the Yankees have the better pitching matchup today and in Game 3 and in Game 4. I mean, if we get to Cam Schlittler with the series on the line, it's over. Like I feel like the way he threw the ball the other day, like I feel like he might have one of those unhittable postseason runs if we can just get him the opportunities, you know? So let's go over the lineup. You want to do the lineup first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so same thing as yesterday, it looks like. So we got Grish in the leadoff spot. We need Grish to come through. We need Grish to get something done. He hasn't done much in a while. We got AJ batting second. We'll talk more in depth about him in just a minute. How you feeling about Cody Bellinger? You feel like he's ready to break out?
I think he is. I think he's on the verge of breaking out. I really do.
Yeah, that walk he drew yesterday after Judge, like it felt like he was tracking the ball really well. I think he's in for a good day. Ben Rice is my pick to click for today. I know he had a tough day with the splitter yesterday, but he's a low ball hitter, and this pitcher today has a very high release point. We'll talk about him in a minute, and he throws very downhill. I think his pitches line up really well with Ben Rice's swing path. So Ben Rice is my pick to click for today. Giancarlo Stanton.
Belly's been getting under it a lot. I think I can see him getting on it too.
Yeah. I mean, that's another good. And Wells is another guy who's like a low ball hitter as a lefty. Those are three guys. And Stanton is a low ball hitter for a righty, and he is in the number 5 spot today. Jazz Chisholm. Jazz, to me, he's playing the kind of game that I want him to play. He's getting hits. He's getting on base. He's playing good D. I don't need him to be the long ball guy. I want him to keep doing exactly what he's doing. Do you concur?
Absolutely. I was thinking about Jazz last year and just like how much more mature he looks this year. He knows his role here. He knows like we just need him to get on base, and he has been so clutch in that.
Yeah. And then we got Ryan McMahon, who's just playing third base like, Scott Brocious or one of these, Nettles, one of these Yankees of old. I wish he would mix in a little bit more with the bat, but he had a hit yesterday, so maybe he's turning it around. Volpe has been tremendous this entire postseason. What are your thoughts on Anthony Volpe's resurgence? Was he sandbagging us all year just to unlock playoff Volpe by surprise?
Bottling this up? Like, where have you been, bud? He's been incredible. I mean, he's got 5 hits, which is like 1 hit behind the most hits in the postseason.
Yeah, and he's playing great defense. He's just playing with more confidence, it looks like. So let's hope he keeps that up. We got Wells. He's another guy to watch out for. Those low ball hitters against a guy who throws downhill the way that Trey Yusevich does. They're always dangerous. So just a couple final thoughts on yesterday. I feel like I would rather lose 10-1 than lose one of those heartbreaker games late, like a Devin Williams. I feel like it's better for momentum, honestly, to just get blown out, and you're just like, well, whatever. We lost, whatever. Let's come back today. Then if you have like a heartbreaking loss, I feel like there's more pressure the next day.
I totally agree, because how disheartening is it to go like, you're up 8-6 or something, 8-4, and they come back and win late in the game, like you said, one of those Devin Williams blown leads. So yeah, I agree. And I also think there's something to giving the opposing team some kind of like a little bit of cockiness or something in a win like that. And then just totally coming out and like blindsiding them the rest of the way.
Yeah. So that's a good segue into our next segment, which is Trey Yusevich, who will be starting for the Toronto Blue Jays. This is just his 4th career Major League start. I'll take you guys through his first 3 appearances. He began on the road at Steinbrenner Field, made his Major League debut. He went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. He's just 21 years old. His next start was against KC, not quite as good. 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And then he pitched again against Tampa Bay and pitched even better. 5 innings. Well, maybe not better. Didn't have as many strikeouts, but he didn't allow any runs. 5 innings, 5 hits, no runs. In the minor leagues, he was 5-1 with a 3.58 ERA. Now, here's something that we should pay attention to. 98 innings, 41 walks, 160 strikeouts. 41 walks is a lot for 98 innings. I feel like if the Yankees can get him to go out of the strike zone early, I mean, he's 21 years old. There's two ways to look at this. When you're 21 years old, you either are like overwhelmed by the moment, or you're just too young and stupid to even realize it is a moment, right? And you can just kind of get through it and have all the poise you need. I haven't personally seen him pitch other than in highlights, but I'm hoping that if the Yankees can rattle him early, he can be out of there by the second, third inning, and then you expose the Blue Jays' underbelly of their bullpen, and Max Fried should be able to be the stopper as he's been so many times this season. So what are your thoughts? Are you concerned about the Yankees facing a young pitcher like this? Are you pretty much think we got it on lock?
I mean, especially after we just, we lit up early of the Red Sox, right? A young guy there. So I don't know. I feel good about this. If you look at how many innings pitched in each of his appearances, obviously he doesn't go deep in the game. And so that's where I think Max is going to have a lot of upside on them. And like you said, I do think they're going to have to dig into their bullpen, which isn't going to be good if we have to go 5 games for them.
Yeah, I was surprised at how aggressive the Yankees were swinging at the first pitch yesterday against Gossman. I don't think I want them to do that today. I don't think that I want them to get away from being who they are. We had a great call yesterday from Brian, who's going to have another call here in a minute, where he brought up the fact that, look, the Yankees are a team that works the count, that looks for a zone, and tries to make the starting pitcher throw a lot of pitches. But they got away from that. It's like they adapted their game yesterday. They went away from something that they really have done all year, and it obviously didn't work because Gausman was at like 50 pitches through 5 innings. It wasn't until he started to tire down a little bit that he ran out of gas. Now, when you're pitching with that kind of pressure, that kind of emotion, I feel like the pitch count is not the best indicator as it is during the regular season. So like 80 pitches could feel like 100 pitches just because you're using more energy, more adrenaline. You know what I mean? So I think if you can force this guy to throw 40, 50 pitches in the first 2 innings, maybe get a couple of runs, I think they got it in the bag.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I agree with what you said about like working the counts. It's been one of the things that's been so frustrating to me to watch them. And that's why like Volpe and Jazz, I like what they're doing because they are working counts. And so, Stanton and Judge, like they've got to challenge the count a little bit more.
Yeah.
Can't be swinging at every first pitch.
I agree. And I think Stanton is due. I mean, even when he's not hitting, occasionally he'll run into a home run, and that can kind of like unlock him. He's not one of these guys that heats up gradually. It's like he's either off or he's on, right? And so I just want him to lock in. Last year he locked in during the ALDS and took off from there. So let's just hope that one of these next couple of days he gets going. Let's talk a little bit about the captain too. The MVP, we should mention. He should be the MVP, I think. 331 average, 53 home runs, 114 ribbies, hitting 400 in the playoffs. He hit 400 for the first 2 months of the season. But in the biggest at-bat of the season yesterday, he had arguably his worst at-bat of the season. I thought he did a nice job taking some close pitches to get it full, but then he swung at an absolute garbage pitch. Low and away. One of the ugliest swings. You just don't see him take swings like that. Do you think it's kind of in his head at this point, the big moments?
I totally think it is. I mean, how can it not? Like every fan base talks about it and like just so much slander about it. So I don't know. I wish that he would just like bust out at this point and prove everyone wrong. I think he is on every other aspect. Like obviously his batting average is great. He's tied for the most hits in the postseason. So I think he's getting more flack than he deserves for sure. But yeah, like you said, terrible at bat yesterday. That was like, 2020 Judge there swinging at a low and away like that. I don't know what that was.
We had a couple of calls about that, actually. Let me go ahead and play one. We had one that is very similar to what you just said.
Oh, hi, Derek. This is Hugh from Bay Ridge in Brooklyn. And that out by Judge, it was circa 7 or 8 years ago. I mean, I couldn't believe he swung at that pitch. I'm sitting watching the game on my sofa. I said, ball 4. And he swung and missed. And then...
Yeah, I agree that it was a retro Judge, right? That was the Judge that struck out, at a 30% clip when he first came up. We haven't seen that in a while. I think that if he gets that big hit, it's going to just open the floodgates, right? I mean, let's say, let's go back to 09 A-Rod. That was the last guy I can think of that was really struggling this much in the playoffs and had like the kind of resume that Judge has. He had been struggling for years and years and years. And then against the Twins, it was just a base hit with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Jeter was on second base. He came in to score. And like the stadium erupted. The announcers went crazy for it. If you go back and watch that game, which I watched that series, I watch all the highlights from the postseasons all the time. The announcers were into it. And then he gets another base hit, his next at bat. And it was like, oh, okay, I see what's happening. A-Rod's getting hot now. And then, of course, the next day he hits the big 2-run home run to tie the game and then went crazy from there. Confidence is a scary thing. And if you get somebody as good as Aaron Judge confident, I think it could be a game changer. Now, the Jays have already shown that when he is hitting well, they just won't pitch to him. But that, just means you got to pitch to Stanton and Bellinger and some other guys who could be on the verge too. So as bad as that strikeout was, I feel like he's one swing away from really erupting.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think the same about Stanton. I really do. Because, I mean, like you said, it doesn't take these guys too long to heat up. Like one thing clicking and we're off to the races. So.
All right, quick word from DraftKings and back in 60 seconds to do our predictions for Game 2. Pressure is on, the lights are brighter, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, you're right there in the middle of every moonshot moment. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the intensity of October with player props, live in-game betting, and odds that can change as fast as a ball flying over the fence. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get paid out $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code FOUL. That's code FOUL to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Minimum minus 500 odds required. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, so we got a comment here about your jacket. That is kind of a fly jacket that you got there. What is this?
Oh my gosh, it's a Therese. I literally just got it in the mail over the weekend. I'm so excited about it, and I have like a terrible addiction of buying Yankee jackets this postseason.
So I have way too many hats. Like I've got hooks on the wall everywhere, and I have all these different hats because every single game I try and wear a different hat. Fanatics just sent me this brand new Yankees hat, and amazing. I gave him the wrong size. Like 7 1/8 is typically what I wear, but I told him 7 3/8 because I couldn't remember, and so it's like a little bit like big, and so I've got to like pin it down with the headphones. So, but I got like the.
I have an addiction to the 47 brand. We have a real relationship going on.
So okay. Predictions. Max Fried. How many innings we thinking?
I think Max is going to get us to the 8th.
8th inning for Max Fried today. Wow. Even with a pesky, that's optimistic. I'm going to say 6 1/3. I'm going to say 6 1/3 for Max. 2 runs. How many runs you thinking?
I like 2.
Yeah, 8 innings, 2 runs. I'll sign up for that right now. That probably means that the Yankees have scored a lot of runs. Like, that would mean that basically they're trusting him to just go deep, be efficient. For him to go 8 innings, you're going to need the Blue Jays to be aggressive and to hit a lot of ground balls. On the turf, I could see McMahon and Volpe in that scenario playing a big role, just getting ground ball after ground ball after ground ball all day long. All right, yeah. So who goes deep for the Yankees? Let's pick two picks to click.
I'm going to say Jazz and Belly.
Jazz and Belly. I love it. All right. I'm going Ben Rice. I'm going Ben Rice, and I'm going Big G. I'm going Ben Rice. I'm going to a lefty and a righty. And I think, you know what? I'm adding on the caveat, back-to-back. Back-to-back.
Let's go.
Be bold or don't be at all. I don't think that's a real thing that people say, but. All right, so how are we feeling in the series? Like the Yankees obviously dropped game one. It's never good to drop game one in the series, but I don't think it changes the calculus of the series that much. We see teams lose game one of a series all the time and come back and win. It's not a huge deal, especially when you've got the pitching matchup advantage the next 3 days. Now, we have to keep in mind that the bullpen is a little bit it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit iffy. If you had to make a prediction for the outcome of this series, what are you saying?
I mean, look, there is a lot of pressure on our rotation, right? But I almost like how this lined up with Heel in the first game. Like, get that out of the way, get your loss out of the way. Then you got Max, then you got Rodon, game one at home, right? Like, I really actually think this might benefit us the way that our rotation lined up. So my prediction, I mean, I think we'll probably go 5 games.
5 games. Okay. All right. I'm sticking with Yankees. I'm sticking with Yankees in 4. I think, look, call me a homer Yankees fan. Call me optimistic. Call me on crack. And by the way, fans, don't smoke crack.
Smoke crack.
I'm sticking with it. Yankees in 4. Jonna, I'll let you get back to football for the next hour or so until the Yankees kick off, or if you're going to be diving into the pregame show. We will see you guys after the game tonight. Yankees kicking off on FS1. First pitch at 4:08 p.m. Again, Max Fried versus Trey Yasevich. Yankees trying to even up the series and steal home field advantage. Jonna, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. Let's go, Yanks.
Appreciate it. Let's go, Yanks. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button and subscribe. Check out nyydesigns.shop for some great merch. Support our sponsors. It helps keep the show going. And you can find us on all major audio platforms, so be sure to subscribe there too. But most importantly, come back again soon. We'll see you next time.